perfectly in and defended well by Anwar there. Comes to Gill. He needs to do better as well. A goalkeeper, you're going in for that aerial battle. You need to go and make contact. You need to go and punch it out. Here, coming goes unmarked. Maybe his positioning a little too far away from the near post. It's hard to get the ball in and angle that in towards goal. Just tries to flick it there. Although still, you see that. Very hard with that angle where you're so far ahead from the near post to get it on target.
Don't forget that this is going to be a true test of the discipline of Imami EastBengal as well. Yes, you can score the goals, but can you defend, stand firm against such a power-packed lineup? Against a lineup that has dominated Indian football in the past few seasons. The domestic double, prior to that, an ISL Shield and an ISL Cup. So in the last 3 years, they won 4 trophies, or the 4 major trophies of Indian football. Rakit, meanwhile, trying to shield Distant Golasso from getting to the ball. How do you play your cards now, Karan? How do you play your cards if you're Oscar Durand? How do you play your cards if you're Jose Molina?
Well, it's interesting here now, especially for Imami EastBengal. It's 30 minutes away from regulation time where it is a 2-goal cushion, which is a big advantage. And so far, and now, this formation is working for Oscar Durand. You wouldn't want to change much. Although, now for Mohun Bagan, for Jose Molina, he needs to inject more pace in this attack. Maybe get the other baby on as well.
Again, the biggest cause for concern for Oscar Durand is 2 very key players, or 3 very key players in his lineup. 2 of them, I just wish to highlight, are on a yellow card. And the 2 that need to be highlighted are Southwest and Miguel Pereira. The reason being that they are the ones in the field. Dimitrios Diamantakos is an attacker, so you won't expect him to lunge into the challenges as much. But Southwest and Pereira need to be very careful not to get that second booking. Bipin puts it out for a throw as he watches and kicks to Ashish Rai. They pass the hour mark now. And so far, Imami EastBengal have shown their might. Interestingly so, rarely so, if you talk about the recent outings in the Kolkata derby.
Yeah, 3-2 victory there, Tish, in the recent Kolkata derby and carrying that forward. But now, of course, not the same players playing here for Imami EastBengal and for Mohun Bagan Super Giant.
Sahal Abdul Samad slips into the box once more. He's getting into very interesting positions, is Sahal Abdul Samad, from that right wing.
Yeah, ball played in, although Anwar, perfectly timed challenge there on the ball. DBA, you saw that he's very happy with that challenge. When you connect so sweetly with the ball, it's always a great for defenders.
The connection was the opposite of sweet. First by Cummings and then by Abhimita. As bitter as they could get. What was only transfer? Imami was counted by the referee. Blows the whistle. Fouled by Diamantakos on Thapa apparently.
This is a set piece here from Mohun Bagan Super Giant. Maybe a little too central for them, and it's hard in these kind of set pieces to get something out of a direct free kick. Maybe. Yeah, as expected.
Yeah, Puya did chip it into the box, but it was CBA with the header. Now the moments are in the way for Mohun Bagan Super Giant, there is no doubt. They need that one goal. Could Distant Golasso provide that inspiration to get them going? Rakit has been so watchful and so impressive against the number 7 today. One more corner. The third for Mohun Bagan Super Giant in this match. And it is Distant Golasso who will take it. This time, a curler towards Troxicon's goal. nearer towards Prabhu's goal, get cleared away. They have enough numbers to shield him to the red and gold brigade. Sahal taking a turn. Sahal with the cross. Here is line.
Interesting. Once again, Imami East Bengal now soaking in the pressure. Everything that Mohun Bagan Super Giant, they're committing numbers up front, especially at East down that right flank where crosses are coming in from where Sahal is making those runs from. Now for Imami East Bengal, it's not just about time wasting, because there's over 25 minutes in regulation time. It's also about keeping the ball.
Yeah, Imami East Bengal, of course, please remember 2-0 up, but it is a match of 90 minutes. There is no extra time. It goes straight to penalty shift. The Mariners mount a comeback. Abhimita loses the ball. Miguel Pereira with a cross. He's unhappy with that effort himself.
Interesting now from Imami East Bengal. Once every single time in those counter-attacks, now they are possessing, they are posing as a threat. Now, Durand and Cummings, they have been very flat so far, and the kind of football that Mohun Bagan Super Giant are playing, where they are not the kind of strikers where you just ping the ball in towards them. They want to make runs in space. They like to come short. They like to play with each other. And now Mohun Bagan Super Giant, they need to play accordingly.
Every time I look at the pitch though right now, Karan, I can only see more Imami East Bengal players. I can't see as many Mohun Bagan Super Giant players. Such is the discipline. Look at the way they pack the center. Look at the way those 5 or 6 players are there at the center so that there is no space for the Mariners. Tristan Colasso with a bit of skill. Papa chips it towards the on-rushing McLaren, and this is the only way they're getting through towards Jamie McLaren. But these are hopeful balls, and that's good indication for these fans of Imami East Bengal.
Yeah, it's also the angles that the midfield is creating. Now for Imami East Bengal, when Jamie McLaren, he's making those runs, it's away from goal. Even if he gets the ball down, he receives it, his back is facing the goal. It's hard for a striker now to turn you around or do something from there. And Anwar Ali was perfectly directing the likes of Cummings, was directing the likes of McLaren to make those runs away from the 6-yard box, away from the goal as well.
So I guess the question then that needs to be asked is, Tristan Colasso finds himself in space. Found himself in space again, Mohammad Rakib. So I guess the question that needs to be asked right now then, Karan, is that have Imami East Bengal been so impressive, or have the Mariners underwhelmed so far?
Yeah, he's taking no credit away from Imami East Bengal. They have looked with confidence. They are playing the kind of football that they want to play. They are dictating the play. They are not being dictated. And credit to the midfield, especially when the likes of Miguel, you've got Saul Crespo, and the likes of Mahesh coming in, or Edmund in the first 45 minutes, Pippin, playing as one unit. Here, Miguel Pereira, he needs to be careful. Like earlier you said that he is on a yellow card. Saul Crespo is on a yellow card. And if he has these kind of challenges going forward, it could be a problem now.
Oh, no doubt about it. I was worried for Miguel Pereira for a minute there. It was innocuous on Anirudh Thapa. Meanwhile, Colasso goes straight for goal. It pushes into the crossbar. A sighter by Colasso, taking Prabhu's Gill by surprise as well.
Well, what are those three? Listen, Colasso.
Thapa! There's your glimmer of hope. There's that moment that kickstarts the emotions. There's that moment of joy.
Perfect there for Mohun Bagan. There is that hope now to get that equalizer. Shot ball played in for Mohun Bagan, whose side was only at goal, although was there a touch? Maybe not. It goes past defenders, it just goes past with ease. And Mohun Bagan Super Giant, just like that, they've got hope and they've got a goal.
Genuinely out of nowhere, Karan. Genuinely out of nowhere. Listen, Golasso with that hopeful free kick, crashes into crossbar, goes in for a corner. Papa from 30 yards out. Wow. That is football, isn't it? It was a full 66 minutes till then. It was all Imami, EastBengal in control. And then suddenly one moment has changed everything. And Mohun Bagan is bringing in the changes. You can see Deepak Tamri there. Ready. So is Petratos. So is Dipindu Biswas. So wholesale changes. Given that it's pre-season, Tom Aldred is just playing his second match. Deepak Tamri will come. Another defender, and Petratos gets the captain's armband too.
Yeah, three big changes, and now this man, we know what the difference maker he can be. When he gets the ball, when he gets set pieces, he can be a troublemaker. He can be a goal scorer, and he has been.
Rakic has been given a yellow card for time wasting, and fascinatingly enough, the third player that has been substituted is the one that has recently had the telling touch. It is Anirudh Thapa that has been called back onto the bench as Miguel Pereira in a heap of trouble. There you go, those are the substitutions. Deepak Tamri coming in. Probably will be in midfield because Dipindu Biswas has also been introduced. And Tom Aldred has gone out, and so has Sahal Abdul Samad for Jimmy Petratos. Rakic takes the throw. Golasso. Petratos couldn't keep possession, but Apuya shifts it towards the right. Jason Cummings is now on the right flank. Combined with Ashish Rai. Expertly, and Ashish Rai continues his run. Anwar Ali at the near post. Big win. Anywhere will do.
Well, would have liked to control it there. Now staying compact. Imami, EastBengal, look at that. One bank to four, and then five midfielders, and then Durand across. Lone man up front. Miguel has been joining him in attack, although now they have been able to keep Miguel quiet.
Ashish. It was crossed towards the center of goal by Deepak Tamri. No takers. Much to disappointment of Jose Molina. Ashish Rai once more. The marauding right back almost found the top corner.
Ashish Rai there. Ashish Rai, the kind of chances that Mohun Bagan Super Giant are getting, like this one with his left foot. The slip saves there by Prabhsukhan Gill. Kept it over the crossbar.
6 and 7, and almost finding the back of the net. A field for handball not given. Imami, EastBengal are crumbling under the pressure.
Yeah, it does look like that. They're not being able to handle it.
Golasso. Sorry, Karan, I had to cut you off because they had another shot. They're just taking these chances so quickly because the momentum is with Mohun Bagan Super Giant and they just don't want to break it.
They're looking very, very dangerous. Mohun Bagan Super Giant. And now, Dr. Gill knows he has to slow things down. Petrodos, another man who has been brought in. Fantastic substitution where we know Tom Aldred, he has been brought off. Committing men, all men on front. Defender who's come in for Thapa as well. Fresh leg for Jose Molina.
There is no doubt that this match is on tenterhooks at this point. There is no doubt that the pace of the match has changed after the Thapa goal. Until then, yes, there were moments where Mohun Bagan Super Giant would try to pile on the pressure, but Imami EastBengal looked solid, looked compact, looked confident. Suddenly, post that goal, it's been a very different ball game altogether. The formation for Jose Molina has changed as well. He's gotten his frontline attackers. He's gotten that terrific try of Petratos, McLaren and Cummings at his disposal. Heavy touch by Bipin, another corner. There you go, another indication of how much pressure is being piled on.
Yeah, the corner this time from the other side now. Petratos, set piece specialist. He knows how to whip those in.
He whips it in towards near post. It is Bipin with the clearance. And Edmund Laldika will accept it with open arms.
Yeah, just flicks it over there, Edmund, and then uses his speed to get their first in towards the ball. Here, look at that. Just gets past the Puya, who needs to be careful because he is on a yellow card there. In a late challenge, Sal Crespo was asking for a card. He was asking not just for a foul. 75 minutes where this is another drinks break, although it's a chance now for Oscar Bruzon to put some sense in his team or put some confidence in his team, because if they have that one goal cushion even now.
Yeah, this drinks break does offer the chance for the head coaches to perhaps send in a few messages tactically, emotionally, mentally, physically, ask players how they're feeling. You can already sense the angst though in the Red and Gold Brigade camp. These are anxious moments, there is no doubt, because Mohun Bagan Super Giant have looked like a different beast ever since this moment.
Yeah, that's what a goal can do. Jose Molina, we saw him celebrate as well. We've not seen him celebrate like that after winning the Indian Super League as well. Here, Anirudh Thapa just knows the direct set in towards goal. Dr. Gill was expecting something to come off, maybe a touch.
Fascinating finish by Anirudh Thapa. They're eager to be on the pitch at Mohun Bagan Super Giant. You can see it from the body language, how they have already spread out. Imami EastBengal taking their time, trying to tell one another we're there for each other. Let's not do anything foolish. That's how here at the Salt Lake Stadium. Triple substitution is on the cards for Imami EastBengal as well. So Oscar Bruzon wants some fresh legs to close out the match. And rightly so, perhaps. We'll get you the substitutions as and when they happen. Right now he's thinking about them. Right now he hasn't completed them. Tapsukan punts it forward. Slight cheer by the crowd. Just hopeful more than anything else. Taking their time. Cummings gives the ball away. Miguel Pereira now. Miguel Pereira goes alone. Miguel Pereira with some samba magic forces Vishal gets to the floor. A soft save. Diamantakos. How did they let Miguel Pereira get so much space? CBA stands strong against McLaren as he has throughout the match. Lovely little bit of skill by Ambarali. Nutmeg this from Colasso. Mahesh. Pereira couldn't control it. Falls to the floor. And now Mohun Bagan Super Giant have Jason Cummings charging through. Petratos. Cross doesn't find his marker. Ashish Rai gets it. Subsequent just prior to the drinks break with his shot from his left foot. Petratos wraps the ball around with his left foot towards Krishnan Colasso. Good keeping by Subsequent.
Top class action there. End-to-end action here. We saw Miguel Pereira on one end, maybe could not latch onto that pass from Mahesh, and then Jason Cummings, Petratos trying to do something at the other end. It's almost like there's no midfield. The changes now for Oscar Bruzon. Three changes as we can see.
Yes, absolutely. Pippin goes out and David is coming in. Never really seen David play on the wings, so it will be fascinating to see how David Marr does there. Shobik Chakrabarti adds a little more bite to midfield. He takes the place of Narayan Mahesh Singh. And PV Vishnu comes in place of Edmund Lalzadika. That's a bit more like for like. David, with his first two touches, tries to chip the ball towards Diamantakos. Seems like David is going to take up the position on the right flank, which is very interesting given his eye for goal.
Yeah, now here Miguel Pereira nudged in from behind. It was Deepak Tangri with that foul. And now he will take his time with it. Look at that. To go in, rolls high. Free kick.
He's struggling. Is Miguel Pereira. One wonders whether he's run out of legs now, because a few minutes ago as well he collapsed on the floor when he was trying to control the ball, taking his time to get back up as well. Both sides now have something to shout about. Both sides are involved. The decibel level here at the Salt Lake Stadium ever increasing. Saul Crespo would look to whip it in towards that far post. He does so. Vishnu, he's just come on. Not the kind of impact you desire from sub.
Got a little too hasty with that shot there. He just controlled it well and then gets it over the crossbar.
Alberto Rodriguez. First pass away. Sets up. Mark up. Ashish Rai. Shobik does his job. Deepak Tangri miscontrolled. Saul Crespo with quick feet. Couldn't find Vishnu though. Communication between Vishnu and Saul Crespo been missing. Not this time though. Saul finds David, who just holds the ball up for a second, waiting for options. No real urgency in Imami EastBengal's play now.
Yeah, no urgency there. Just moving the ball from right to left, from left to right. We're using the space that's created on the wing.
And David finds space though. That first touch, he knows he could have done better. Gave an opportunity to Abhinita. Rodriguez taking a massive risk. Finds Dipendu Biswas. Cummings, acres of space for him. Goes past David's challenge. Cummings goes alone. One more time. outside the box. Then gives away the foul.
Yeah, East Bengal looking to slow things down. The challenging from behind on Saul Crespo, who's not clearing the ball very easy, waiting for the right moment. Tackles like these challenges in from behind and then taking time with it.
I spent enough time in Indian football now, Saul Crespo. David, this time better touch. He controls the ball. Again, not a winger, remember. So positions like these, probably not his cup of tea. Miguel Pereira, has he beaten the offside trap? Seems so. But couldn't beat the on-rushing defenders. Crossfield ball towards Jason Cummings. Chumnunga in front of him. Deflection corner.
And Chumnunga just doing enough then, showing Cummings so that he takes his ball in towards his right foot. Just try to whip it in and block there. Although still in and around Imami East Bengal's box. It's a corner now.
Yeah, Jimmy Pitnat was to take that corner as we saw a striker. Win him. Win a bit. Pitnat was Pereira with the scoring. Abhinita is speculative, cleared away. So the intentions are clear with this substitution. Ashish Rai, the right back, is going to be sacrificed for another attacker. One who has scored a goal prior to this match as well. In the first group game for Mohun Bagan Supergiant against Mohammedan Sporting. A great finish from the left flank though. Or when he was leading the line rather was Sohail Ahmed Bhatt. Messi, but with the Mariners. Petratos, snapshot. It's Chumnunga with the block. Jovic trying to be acrobatic, gives possession away. It's cleared now.
Yeah, it has been cleared now. Although the fans there is 58,676 in attendance in this Kolkata derby. And it's good to see now that all the fans have stayed. Now it's still Imami East Bengal, close to 4 minutes in regulation time. And after a very, very long time, we could see a victory in the Kolkata derby when we speak about the Durand Cup or the Indian Super League in tournaments like these.
Oh, absolutely. The last time at such a stage was in 2023. Of course, they won one encounter in the Super Cup as well over the years. But this is surely somehow this feels different. If they manage to get the result here, Karan, this would feel different.
Yeah, it does for the fans. Although it is not over yet. And they know that. And Jose Molina knows that. He brought in Sohail Ahmed Bhatt, who has scored a goal, like you said. He had been given a start in the first match as well.
Diamantakos has Vishnu by his side. Diamantakos once more. Offside PV Vishnu.
They're showing signs of disbelief there. PV Vishnu was offside. So they need him to track back. They need him to help in defense as well. Yeah, maybe marginally offside. Linesman in a better position to judge that.
He has given them a glimmer of hope as Anirudh Thapa was struggling with injuries in the previous season. Didn't get much game time. Eventually, because that midfield was solidified with Deepak Tambi in there, especially as the season went on. But then whatever opportunities he got, he impressed. And now he's laid down the marker.
Yeah, this time around, very close to the goalkeeper. Makes it easy for Prabhsukin Gill. Knows he has to go long, not this long now. Goalkeeper to goalkeeper.
Karan, if Prabhsukan had his way, he would kick it out of the stadium. That's the idea as of right now, that Imami EastBengal would accept with open arms. McLaren once more trying to do what McLaren does. CBA read the trajectory of that pass. Vishnu. Sohail Ahmed Bhatt in an unfamiliar position, remember. Isn't a defender. Gives away a foul.
They're tracking back and PB Vishnu just doing enough twisting and then inviting that target from behind. Because when you're in a hurry, you don't want to be too hasty, and Sohail Ahmed Bhatt now just doing that, giving Mami EastBengal some more time now.
Nice into play as Diamantakos tries to slip it to PB Vishnu. Sliding challenge by Dipendu. We're into the last minute of regulation time. Remember, it's 90 in additional time and then straight to penalties should the Mariners equalize. Golasso. 6 minutes are enough and more for Mohun Bagan Super Giant to break EastBengal hearts. Petratos. Sohail Ahmed Bhatt. Rodriguez towards Abhinitai. So many players committed by the Mariners. In attack, foul not given. Miguel Pereira skips past one challenge, skips past two, skips past three, and there's acres of space for Vishnu to run into. Vishnu just needs to bide his time and wins the corner.
Well, he does buy time. He does buy time. It's that pace that Vishnu has, and he's brought that quality with him where he knows he needs to speed up play, and now, if he had to, he could have put that ball in, but he knew that he had time on his hand, and then he wins that corner for Imami EastBengal. Look at that, it's expressionless. Mohun Bagan Super Giant fans, or I would say, in disbelief.
Signs of worry, perhaps. It's not as dominant as it used to be. Another throw in, you know what the Imami EastBengal players are going to do now. Just try and run down the clock, getting into close quarters. Those spaces tell you a story. Vishal Kef would want to hurry it up. He tries to almost sells it. A hospital pass towards Alberto Rodriguez. Shovik. Diamantakos. Nail in the coffin now. Saved by Vishal Kef. Otherwise, that would have been curtains. Foul given. And Saul Crespo will take his time to get up. Deepak Tangri, perhaps, and Petratos, perhaps, showcasing the emotions of a derby, the frustrations of a derby. Is it truly one if we don't have some blood boiling.
And that's what Imam East Bengal they want now. Mohun Bagan super giant that they need to be smart, they need to be careful now that they're only wasting even more time. It's a free kick here for the side that's winning. 6 minutes have been added. The yellow card now has been shown. Looks like special toss in Chidunga. And here, Paul Crespo. So good on the ball, and then Deepak Tangri stubs him and then challenges him from behind. Just what he wanted, just what Paul Crespo wanted.
CBA also getting in on the action. Yellow card for Chununga, he'll take that. Yellow card for Petratos, he wouldn't want that. Launch forward. McLaren, he's hardly taken his name in this match. But we have taken Diamantikos' name. They move towards Vishal Keth just in time. 1 minute and a few left. Abhinitay. Is Listen Blasso. Throw in. Again, one more throw. Last chance, saloon perhaps. McLaren, Apuya, blocked.
Well, it's the pressure that Imam East Bengal are feeling. They are still creating chances here, Mohun Bagan.
Cross coming in. One more corner. One more moment. Numbers committed at both ends. Is Vishal Keth also going to come in? Doesn't seem like it. Petratos loops it. And it goes out for a goal kick. That should be it. One side of Kolkata hopeful, waiting for that final whistle. Anwar Ali doing his duties. Exaltation, cheer, joy at one end. You wouldn't want to be in the other camp. The streets of Kolkata have been painted red and gold tonight. From the Howrah Bridge to the Victoria Memorial. From the Ghats to the lanes of Chaurangi. In this quarterfinal of the 134th edition of the Indian Oil Durand Cup, it is this new look, Imam East Bengal, that have earned the bragging rights, that have called themselves victorious in the Kolkata derby, courtesy of brace by Dimitrios Diamantikos. The final score at full time, Imam East Bengal 2, Mohun Bagan Super Giant 1. Karan Sahani, is this a sign of things to come?
Well, it does look like it. It does look like it. The kind of football, the goals that have been scored, well, in the first half, Adad, he was got off, and then this man, Diamantikos, he just comes in, scores a penalty, and then a beautiful finish. Gets in the brace. The fans here are celebrating for Imam East Bengal. This could be a different season in Indian football. A season that these fans have been looking forward to. And these players, they know that they have something to give to the fans now, who will want to come and witness every match that they play on this ground, Atish.
There is something a brewing in this team. There is no doubt about it. The way Oscar Bruzon has managed these players, you can see it in the faces of the fans as well. They are expectant. Since 2004, no major trophy has come to the East Bengal ranks. But today, there is a sense of optimism